How did I start? You mean like art in general or the Mixel thing? Like pixel art in general, or you take the first step. How do we land here in Mixels? Well, I am a huge fan of an artist called Taya-chan Pixels on Instagram. I should have it like a command, but let me just look them up. Taya-chan Pixels. They kind of do a mix of like pixels and digital work, very subtle, and I looked at it with like senpai notice me sort of deal. It's been killing it lately, thanks. I'm glad it is. I always worry. And so I sought out to try to pull it off in CSP because my my copy of Paint Tool Sai did not work with my Surface tablet. It was incompatible with it. It was just bad. It was no good. So I got CSP. It was the only way for me to do like pixel work like that, because I have Aseprite, but you can't really mix the medium in Aseprite. Aseprite is very pixel centric. Very pixel centric. So we got this. It's taken some trial and error, but I think I had a thing going here. My very first Mixel, I did alright, and then the more I evolved in my work, like, I can show you an example of how I do a Mixel, and in fact, maybe I'll make it a highlight to stick around on my channel for a while. Alright, so Control N. We're gonna put us a little bit of 300 x 300. I keep my Mixels at about 300 by 300 or 300 by 350. Those are the ones that fit on Instagram, no problem. I do have the dimensions for what fits on Twitter, but I haven't really done. I don't have it memorized. So like they're like the dimensions on Twitter that will not be cropped. So I'm gonna be trying to do that soon. So okay, we've got something like that, a canvas like that. When I start a Mixel, I actually do a digital drawing. So, and I use my G Pen. Let's see here. There we go. So let's see. Wait, before I get into this, save. And this is just Mixels. I'm not gonna go into anything else, like how I open up different windows and stuff. Let's say I'm drawing this. I'm drawing a pretty circle or something. A little bit of that. Boom. Something simple, you know, something simple like that. We'll give it like a little nose so it has a different... Oop. Yay! It's happy to see you guys. It's super creepy. There we go. We'll give it eyebrows. And, why not? So, reject high resolution, return to low res. Yeah. Ah, no. Even in my demonstrative shit, it's always like, oh, it has to be perfect or I can't do anything with it. So, this is your picture. Gorgeous picture. Everyone loves it, right? but it's obviously not in Mixel form, right? It's just this digital picture. So the way that I turn that digital picture into a pixel picture, I mean, it's very light, so I'm actually going to duplicate the layer. Apply and drop, just to make it a little thicker. I go into filter, correct line, adjust the line width, and I'm going to adjust the line width to 1 pixel. So I have narrow picked on the drop down menu and adjust line width, and you have to pick at least 1 pixel, because if you don't, it will get rid of just the 1 pixel thing. You can change the level of detail that it'll change for you, so you can see it's very hard to make out, but because it's not a very detailed picture. But the changes between the two extremes are enormous. I usually keep it at this scale all the way here, because this one kind of takes away a lot of the stuff. So, alright. So, boom. Now you have a pixel drawing. But it's not perfect. You can see there's little imperfections here and there. So, you switch to markers, and you have, like, 2 of the pens that help you. First is the fill-in mono pen. And, let me just check to make sure I'm actually not blocking anything, because I don't know what I'm... Okay. Tool properties. I'm gonna pop this out for you so you see what's going on. First we have the fill-in mono pen that I use up here. This is the one that is adjustable. You can adjust the size of this thing. Oops, wrong one. There's history. There we go. See? And it'll be a big pen. The way that you change whether or not it comes out as like a pixel pen is you turn off the anti-aliasing right over here. Because if you don't, then it's going to come out like that. It's going to be aliased at the corners, and you don't want that. You want pixel. Like that. Shit the ace right after sketching and lining this stuff. It's true. But this is the part where I'm just showing you how to fix up the lines. I actually don't take too long to switch up how to do that. And the other one you have is a dot pen. CSP does not have a pixel perfect pen. It doesn't have it. It's really annoying, and I hate that it doesn't have it. This is their excuse of a pixel perfect pen. Not super great, but we have what we can. We work with what we can. I actually use this dot pen, and I put it at like 50 degree opacity. Just about that. So that when I'm drawing something, I can actually create an aliased look. And it won't, and it'll be very useful later when I start adding color to this picture. So let's fix some things about this picture real quick. And let's see. The way that you keep these this pen particularly, you never change to eraser tool. The eraser tool is buttkis. I never use it. What I do is I press C, which changes the type of brush from a brush with color to a clear brush. Like that. With the same properties as the brush that you are using. So you never ever have to change your brush. You can keep the same brush on, but instead of that you press clear. So let's say you want to fix this line here. Erase a little bit there. Like that. Oop. There you go. It's a little bit of trial and error, but we can, well, we're gonna clean up his little brows. Yeah, like, there is an eraser tool. There is. You press E for eraser, but I never use the eraser, because if the eraser is its own brush, and the eraser brush is anti-aliased, and there's no way I can turn off the, like, I try, and it's just very awkward. It's super awkward, and it's not the same size as my brush that I use. I usually toggle onto my my markers. So the markers I use for pixel work, and my pens I use for digital work. It really does help, and I found the solution from a Twitter post. And the nice thing about this is that you can actually create the illusion of line weight because of the opacity of the lines that you put down. So say that you want say that you want to have it look like for whatever reason he has like a drop shadow on his eyebrow. You can do that. You can create like the illusion of a drop shadow. Let's see here. I mean, definitely a more modern solution. I mean, in Krita, there's no eraser tool. It's just a eraser toggle. Oh, I see. I've never used Krita. I've been asked about it a lot, but honestly, I've never used the program. I do understand that it is a great pixel resource, though. So, just filling in these things, cleaning up the pixels. Let's see here. No, nice little smile. That. Take a look around, making sure everything is kosher. Alright, so now we have something of a pixel dude here. Let me just even in my demonstrations, I'm still a perfectionist. So pardon me while I fart around for a second. My bad. I just have to make sure that the things are closed properly. All right. So now we have our little guy here. We want to color it in. Let's say I keep on saving it, and I don't want to save it. I don't give a shit. We're gonna call this one line work. Name your layers. I know not everyone names their layers, but I do. Name your layers because it helps you keep track of stuff when you start piling them on. Create a new layer, clip it to the layer below. This little thing here. Believe me, you will be very happy you did. I actually put them in. I create its own layer. I drop it in one layer. I consolidate everything. So let's say that you want to color this dude in. So you create a new layer, and you're going to like this is the part where I like how I do a mixel, as it were. So I'm gonna color his hair a different color, his eyes and teeth and neck, I guess. So you have the fill tool, which hopefully you see here, and I really enjoy doing manual and aliasing to get a cool look when working Aseprite. It really does help to like have because I think that Aseprite actually does have like a like opacity. You could add opacity to a brush. It's kind of the same thing. But we are going to use the fill tool. Make sure that the area scaling is not on. Make sure that the opacity is 100%, and make sure that anti-aliasing is turned off. This is very important. You have to do that because if you don't, the edges will be slightly blurry and it will not look good. It will not look good at all. Great for big digital projects, shitty for pixel work. Alright, so I choose enclose and fill. And what enclose and fill does is you make a lasso around the area you want to fill, and it will fill it. Check it out. Neat, huh? So this is all enclosed and filled, but let's see. when I do a Mixel piece, I actually cut it down to one piece after the other. There's like I will do this, what I'm gonna show you, to every like jacket, shirt, like hair. It's all treated differently. But I'm gonna just show you on him in all one flat color what I do. So let's say this is the flat, and then I add 3 layers on top of it, and they all clip to that flat layer. The first layer is the gradient layer. Second layer is the shadow layer, always set to oops shit. Always set to oops shit, not what I wanted. Right. The next one is a shadow layer, always set to multiply. And the next one is a light layer, but the kind of type of layer it is really depends on what I want from my light. Usually I go to add light, but a lot of times add is way too harsh. Sometimes soft light is better, so it really depends on the color. Okay, so first thing we do is let's say we're gonna keep with the same color arrangement here. Not that big of a fan of using opacity in my art because when I go over the same part with multiple strokes and the color changes, I'm more so like changing the color manually. Yeah, I only use opacity when it comes to tweaking lines. That's how I do. Now let's see, we are going to use the shadow. We are in the marker. Oh, this is digital pen. Don't want that. Fill in mono pen. I'm gonna shrink it a little bit. So real quick shadow work here. And as you can see, it comes out circular, and the way that you trim it is you just press C and you cut out what you don't want. So and just doing some really quick shadow work. That's it. The shadow's coming from above here. I also do a thing where I like kind of cut it up once in a while. So let's see here. My style is I'll occasionally like cut into them like that. Very, very weird stylistic. I don't know why I do it. Pixel art, the little color differences of way bigger impact since the color impacts how you read the shape. This is what I really love about your style. Oh yeah. Thank you. Sometimes I change that stuff up. So let's see here. Don't mind me. I'm legitimately looking at where the shadows are coming from here. Here, let's say he has like a little bit of a collarbone thing going on, so we add that in. Let's see. There we go. Add a little bit to his hair. Super simple. Super simple. I'm gonna sit here gobsmacked. Anyone can do this, I promise. I feel like I could teach just about anyone to do this. You could turn your favorite line art into pixelated line art and turn it into a pixel piece. 100% with the way that I do Mixels. This is what I do. Wait till you see when I change the color of the layers. Then you'll be absolutely gobsmacked. Let's see here. Put a little there. And put a little bit of shadow on his nose over here. Beautiful. It is really fun. Like, pixel art is a great amount of fun, you guys. Like, would highly recommend it. I wish I could teach it better. But I always want to teach other people how to do what I do. All right, let's give him a. He's got a cute chin. He's got a cute chin. He's got a cute lot of things. I'm digging him. 100%. So, light. From the light area, I usually stick with the same color, to be honest. I will switch the hue at another time if I feel like it. Are there any other tools that get the line with that you know of outside of CSP? You can use Microsoft Paint, although it doesn't have let's see, soft light here. Microsoft Paint doesn't have a transparent thing, but you can honestly take a picture from Microsoft Paint and put it into CSP or any other thing that allows you to turn white into transparency. That's very easy to do. You go to Edit and Convert Brightness to Opacity. Like, if you have a black and white picture, but it literally black and white, and you put it on here, you can just actually turn it into an opaque picture. Convert a piece of line art, that is, if you get me a piece of line art, I can literally show you. Any line art you want. You can see, by the way, how often I'm saving this thing, even though I don't really care to save this thing right now. Let's do add. Add. Is that not? Oh, am I not? Oh, there we go. Yes. Let's give him some lighting here. Got some harsh lighting. Now, you see how that's so bright? If you do soft light, I think it'll be a little softer. You see how it's like just a little softer? You can flip through. Hard light is a little brighter. Yeah, I literally use the same color over and over again, and I switch hues. So let's say there's a little bit of the color around the nose. He's got perks in his eyes. Oh my god! Thank you, Lord of the Subs.
Pride
9 months.
Pride Pug. Pride Pug.
Pride Pug. Yes. Thank you for scaring the shit out of me. That is so loud in my ear and never. It's almost a meme. I refuse to turn it down. Would this work? Let's do this thing. Squeak. Oh yeah. As is. So. Let's see here. Oop, let me just. I'll have that set aside. But let me just finish really quick. So let's add some light. This is Lord of the Slums. I almost called you Lord of the Rings, appropriately so. I'm doing a quick Mixel Mixel thing. Show everyone how I do the things I do. Ah, no, I didn't mean to do that. I press the eraser button. Don't press the eraser button. With the little shiny teeth. Boom, boom. Oh my god, what is with this music? It's so dour. There we go. How am I? I'm not so bad. I am enjoying my time. There was a little bit of a White Vault joining me on my stream. It was a lot of fun. Very Matrix. Yeah, I could not even with that thing. And see here, put a little bit of the eye corners where it's shiny. Have it a little bit of where it meets the neck. Beautiful. Oop. See, it's looking like, it's almost looking like it's a piece of pixels. Excuse me. There we go. So now we have the light, we have the shadow. Let's say I want to add some gradients to this thing. So I pick like a color and I go into the airbrush buttons, which is, for me, it's it's B, but I use soft. And I'm pretty sure the airbrush is huge right now, so let's make sure. Aha. Brighten up the color a little bit. Oh my goodness! Raid! Thank you for the raid, Lemon Stan. I'm teaching a little bit of Mixels. So like we wanna give him cute little cheekies. Let's see here. We're giving him some of that. And if you notice, by the way, that nothing has gone outside. Ah! Thank you for gifting a sub to Dutch Dinosaur. Oh my goodness, the love. Thank you, I appreciate it. And now you see that the little bit of gradients. I just learned culture, and now I need to eat. Hell yeah! Enjoy your food. And now you can see that just a little bit of gradient, nothing crazy. It adds, like, it makes it pop. You know? That. And then you can tell me all about the culture you learned, Lemon Stand. You were too slow. So, now that you have that in there, that is what you Mixel. But what you don't, maybe you don't want the color of the lines to be that. Maybe you want it to be something else. So, why aren't you not responding? There we go. You go into your line, and remember the line work that we did? I put a layer, and I clipped that layer to the layer below. I actually use the airbrush in this layer below, but you can change that to anything. So say that you want that to be a green color. That's green. Editing layer. Boom. Now it's green. Want it red? Red. Want it blue for some reason? Blue. Because it's clipping to the layer below, and it's taking away all of the transparency and putting it onto the pixels that you left behind. It picks up the opacity, it picks up everything. You don't have to do anything. So I actually use the airbrush tool, let's say this one. And I lighten up some of this stuff. You know? Or I change the color of some of the pixels. So that it starts resembling some of the colors here. And maybe I don't want it to do so hard, so I can do like full color transformation, or just light enough where it darkens just enough. That's what I need. Daba dee. I want Fallout 3 ugly piss color. Boom, you got it. You're my #1 man. You can change the color at any point. You can even press C and erase what you did. At that. And now that layer has been mixed. It's a weird golden boy. A weird golden boy that you can change the color of. Say you want to switch the hue of the light. You can. Oh my god. Say you want that color. Da-da-da. There you go, beautiful. It's weird. It's pink. I'm terrified. So you see what I mean? The shadow, you can change the hue on. So let's say you want a different hue shadow. Some shadows hues are a little darker than others, obviously. Usually I go for purple because purple is oftentimes the most striking. Everything is a horror movie. Let's see. Humpty Dumpty 2021. Egg! Showing my age when you're talking about blue. Oh! Blue WDWD. Yeah, I understand it now. Now I understand. So let's say we change. That's the color we changed it to. But now you say you want to use the color that you changed it to. But you can either change all of turn off all of the layer types, or you go into your eyedropper. Make sure you're on the layer where that color exists. Go to pick up color from the layer, and you will have the new color. Because if you obtain the display color, it will obtain a different color completely. So Bob's your uncle. That is how a Mixel is done. That is one layer of a Mixel. And oftentimes my Mixels have several layers to them depending on how many different things I got going on. That is my process right now. Yeah, I don't merge them. A lot of times what I'll do, I will put them all in one layer, let's say. Like that. And I will merge those. If I want to do something on top of all of the layers, I'll just create and I'll insert them into a folder, make a new layer, clip that to the layer below, and say, soft light, pick a cute little gradient here, blue and green, boom. Red and blue, boom. Why is this not doing... Oh, okay. Because it's not... There we go. There you go. Now, how do you turn other line work into that? Now, the line work that I was given... Let's see, let's close this out. Well, well let's see. This was turned to soft light in order to... Let's switch through to a couple... And we'll go with soft light. We'll lower the opacity to like 58. What a good boy. We'll save it, print it. And the nice thing about this is that you can like press Control, and then you'll be able to select everything on that layer. Edit, crop. See that? Thank you for the biddies.
Just 'cause I love y'all.
Oh, I love ya too. Psycho happy. Save it as Mixel Gold Boy. Oftentimes I do not. If you want to post this thing, like on Twitter, for instance, let me just move this back to where it belongs. There we go. You want to change that to a different resolution. You go to Edit, change image resolution. Go to Scale. Go 10. Now, that will most certainly retain your, the detail. It will not, cause places like, Instagram and Twitter, they'll change your picture to a JPEG. And you want to make it so that the JPEG that they make, it doesn't go and article the shit out of your work. That is a good way to avoid that. So you turn it again, you go to Edit, you go to Change Image Resolution. I don't know if you can see it, it's probably behind all of the chat, but I promise you it's there. You go to Change Image Resolution, you will get this little thing here. You change the scale to 10, I'm not going to up it again, obviously. And with pixel work, you want to make sure that you pick hard edges, nearest neighbor. That way, it will not, make your pixels fuzzy when it makes it bigger. He's so fucking round. He's so fucking round. Does anyone want this gold boy for his, like, for their stuff? Free golden boy if you want it. Like you will be able to have it forever and ever. And you save it as a high resolution JPEG. There you go. This golden boy is mixeled and ready to go!